Two words that usually don't belong in the same sentence are technology and affordable. Dan Ackerman is the senior editor of our partner, CNET. He says the newest products give you both. Dan, welcome.
Good to be here.
So tell me, everybody's talking about a smart television. What's the latest in televisions?
You know, it's pretty rare that you have like one product you can say is like the best in a category. And there's a new Panasonic TV, the ST60. It's a big 60-inch screen, and they make great TVs. But it's like amazing image quality. You could spend $5,000, get a tiny bit better, but this thing's like $1,400, a little bit less. It's just top in almost every image quality category that we have.
But it's not LCD, it's not any of those?
It's a plasma, and I'll tell you, a lot of people who really know a lot about TVs are still buying plasmas. They still give you a brighter, deeper, richer picture. In 5 years, that may not be the case as much anymore, and the tide is definitely tilting towards other technologies. But for right now, a lot of people who write about this stuff for a living still buy plasmas.
I just recently got a new DVD player just so I could get Hulu. But I understand that there are better ways to do that. I thought that was the only way I could do it. I'm not kidding. So
right,
I got
people
a new Blu-ray player just
Hulu
to get that.
and Netflix and stuff, but how do you get that onto your TV?
That's what I wanted,
you can do it through a lot of DVD players or your Xbox, or some TVs have that built in. But if you don't have any of that stuff, Roku is a little company that makes a $99 box. They actually make even cheaper $50 versions. It's just a little box, plugs into your TV, connects to your Wi-Fi or an internet cable, and it does Netflix and Amazon streaming and Hulu and tons of streaming media right on your TV.
Where were you 2 weeks ago?
I know exactly.
Where were you? Where were you, Mr. Ackerman, 2 weeks ago?
This is the perfect mom gift. I actually got one of these for my mother a couple years ago.
Okay.
Never too late.
Let me ask you about, iPads, tablets, very popular, but you've got something really interesting here.
Yeah, people are trying to figure out, like some people like tablets, some people like laptops. How do you bridge the gap between them? This is the Acer Aspire R7. Looks kind of like a regular laptop, but the screen actually tilts out like this, and you can adjust it a lot. You can flip it behind it, so it's sort of a presentation mode, but then you can just fold it down, and it becomes essentially a tablet. You can sit on the couch with it. So it's a very experimental design. I'm not going to say it's the most successful experiment ever. There's a couple of weird quirks about it I'm not crazy about, like moving the touchpad to the other side of the keyboard, but I'm really in favor of anybody being bold and experimenting with stuff.
All morning long we've been talking about a new way of taking your pictures, because most people use their smartphones, but you're saying there's still a camera that's better than a smartphone?
Those little cameras that people used to buy years ago, people don't buy them as much anymore because they use their phones, and the phones are great, but they're not as good as even a basic point-and-shoot camera, but they're really, big and bulky. This Canon PowerShot N is a new camera. It's pretty small, so you don't have to worry about having a phone and this camera in your pocket. It's got a touch screen that swivels out. It's even got Wi-Fi, so you don't have to plug it in to get the pictures off.
You said something interesting, that a smartphone is not as good as a camera, even still.
Yeah, I mean, the best smartphones are really good as cameras, but they actually don't take good photos in low light. That's something to watch out for.
All right, Dan Ackerman, thank you so much.
Thank you.